What's up, guys? Hope you all are doing well. Today we are at Red Iron and I am holding a squat bar. So this bar will be at the heart of the squat event for the strongest man on earth. This build is going to be absolutely insane. We've had our initial concept meetings. Today we're going to take the next step in the planning process, go in and see some designs of this squat, and then the build is going to start happening. So this is an event that I'm really excited about. I know a lot of the athletes are excited about it. The fans are excited about it. And this is what it takes to make an awesome strongman contest. So we're gonna lay this bar down, we're gonna get inside and get to work.
He's printing out that picture you sent me so we can kind of discuss it a little bit.
I love it. Into it. I've got this scale company. We would have force plates sit on the floor, right? So they would sit like this. Now, what we're talking about is having two of them.
One for each foot, right?
Correct.
Inlaid into the landing in
Correct. Yep. It would give us a max output, but then also like each leg. When this guy comes down here, right? At the bottom, it'll be a steel on steel thing, right? So the frame's not gonna be a problem. The problem is how do we tell the athlete how hard they can drop it? They have something where we can measure how hard it hits. And it's like, oh, you just want more than 1,000, now that's a bad lift because you dropped it too hard. That
whatever we build to be able to take 2 or 3 times the weight. We definitely want to make the bar the moving factor then, so that this can be a solid platform with the scales in it, and they'll just be welded in solid.
Yep. All right, guys, we are back at Red Iron, ready for an update on the squat build. I'm very excited to see what these guys have been up to, and here it is right here. So, looking amazing. This is obviously the front of it. So you squat here. I love it.
So how far off the ground do we want to make the platform? That's one of the decisions today. We were thinking 18 inches off the ground.
I think that'd be awesome. That sounds great.
Could make it
so
a
you're
little
kind of
more, that'll be 6-inch rises, or which ain't,
Nice
you
and
guys,
comfortable.
that's barely
easy. That's
or
awesome.
less, 21 inches, 37.
This is cool. For the taller guys, they may go all the way out to the end there.
Hook it here and there and leave the bar intact.
I think it's actually good because you would get into it and kind of work your way in and just dial it in. Yeah.
But that's where we're going to hook it, just as if it was weights on a bar. That way you've got the whole bar to use.
The most important is that length, so that the taller athletes don't have to try to squeeze in. Yeah. So that's beautiful. That's beautiful. All right, guys, so we're up in Loveland, Colorado, and we're picking up some massive wooden barrels that we're going to use for the squat event from the event sponsor, which is Rogers Restaurant Group. We're here at Mash Lab, one of my favorite places, and they also own Fuzzy Tacos, which you guys know is one of my favorites. So if you're coming to the event, I highly recommend that you check out those places and support them because they're supporting the event. So we're going to get in here, figure out where these barrels are, and check them out. Let's go. That's awesome. Now I'm curious to get them on a scale and see what they weigh.
You'll have to let me know, because
Yeah.
if I'm right on that.
When we were attempting to get whiskey out of them, I was turning them upside down and stuff, and I was like,
He was moving them by himself, so.
Okay.
yeah, I mean, if I can do it, God, you guys, you're like, come on.
Well, Adam went through and reinforced all these beams too to make sure, put some extra screws on them.
Perfect.
Make sure they don't come off.
And however we build that framing between them, they won't touch, so they'll be apart.
Okay.
All the barrels will be spaced and then obviously locked in place too.
It's going to be a fun event to see.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. squat events are not as common, but we've got some really good squatters coming.
Yeah.
You know, like, and the guys are, it's interesting because they're starting to get a little bit of like back and forth going, like, hey, I'm squatting this, you're squatting that, which is beautiful because then everybody starts talking, and now it's like, all right, well, who's gonna step up and do the most? And then somebody, it's a game of like, can you top this?
Yeah, that's
So
awesome.
It's fun. Yeah, other than that. No problem. All right, guys, so we are back at Red Iron. The squat is coming together. So now you can start to see it a little bit. All of the wooden barrels are gonna ride on top of this apparatus. So you can see the cutouts there. All the barrels will go in and then start to get stacked up from there. But this is the roller system. So all of the competitors, when they squat, it will be completely smooth. It won't bind up at all, which is what we need. We need the equipment to look awesome, but we also need it to function perfectly. So all of the little touches, the little details, that's what we're going through right now. I'm excited to see this piece get connected to the big bottom frame, and then we're gonna get to actually testing this after that. So first step is finishing all the small parts, then we'll get it connected, and we'll be coming back to actually get underneath it, which will be very, very exciting. Oh, I love it. Yeah, this painted up looks good.
Yeah.
Real good.
I figured the bottom here, 24 inches up.
Got it. And then that like the force plate deal will sit in.
Well, it'll fit in there. I take that off, then I'll measure for the force plates. I'd like to put it together next week
okay.
when it's getting primed today, so at the beginning of next week we're gonna paint it black, get it painted.
Awesome.
And then it's a matter of just it all bolts together.
I can bring out the barrels next week.
Got one. He wants to put them all on there.
All right, guys, we are back at Red Iron. We got the second scale for the floor, so that's what we're grabbing right now. We'll get it inside, get it set up, and then we've got to dial in the bar height, where the safeties are gonna go, all of this type of fun stuff. But just seeing that walking in there initially, there's definitely a wow factor to the squat, which is exactly what we wanted. So this is playing out well. This is gonna be really good. It's like that and a little bit like this. So if that tightens up, it's great. So sometimes when you build custom equipment and try to make things look incredible, it comes with challenges. And right now, this is the first day this has been together, so there's a little bit too much play in the bar, and you know, until you throw it up there, you don't know exactly how it's gonna play out, what's gonna happen. I mean, I'm happy to see it together. I do think it looks incredible. That's certainly very important, but above how it looks by far is the function of this and how it's going to feel to the athlete. So what we're trying to do right now is come up with a plan, basically make the bar tighter, so to speak. So there's not as much give, there's no play in the bar, as the guys go to squat. So we're gonna get that figured out. Last year with the standing chest press, we went through so many things, so many challenges, and when that event happened in the arena, it was absolutely electric and incredible. I expect the exact same thing to happen here. So, you know, again, nobody said it was gonna be easy, and nothing that we do is easy. I don't expect it to be easy, but we'll get it right. Back at Red Iron today, Nick Best is in town, and this is just details. The force plate that the guys are gonna have to hit when they set it down, how the scales in the floor are going to work and operate, making sure it's dialed in. I mean, this is all the little stuff that goes on behind the scenes to make an event like this come to life. Most people have really no idea how much goes into it. It doesn't just magically appear and work. So this is what I would say a lot of my stress is probably the right word going into an event like this. If it doesn't work right, it doesn't matter how much you put into it, it's not good. So I understand that more than anybody. And so that's why we're here so much, why we're doing so much, why we're putting so much in this build. But I want your initial reaction of the squat. This is the first day Nick has got to see it in person. So.
This is gonna be badass. Every bit as badass as the keg bench that you did last week. Chest press.
Nice.
This is gonna be amazing. The visual on this, the way this is gonna look. Clearly you just wanted to do another barrel lift, so.
What are your thoughts, man?
Oh, it's badass. It's gonna be absolutely amazing. You got the barrels that are gonna be up above your head. That is gonna look incredible. You're gonna be pretty much almost on like a Smith machine-ish apparatus.
Yeah.
And it's gonna look incredible. You're gonna be able to see the weights, the stoppers, all the stuff you got going on. This is gonna be freaking neat.
To say we've got a lot of moving parts with this is kind of an understatement. So I have come back here so many different times to Red Iron, and I gotta say, the guys here at Red Iron, I would not be able to do any of this without them. You know, they're incredible, right? So they've helped me out so much with the Shaw Classic, with Strongest Man on Earth. So I can't thank them enough. The guys from Southwest Scale are out here. They are the ones helping me dial in the scales and the force plates and everything that will set this event apart. So big shout out to them. And then obviously Rogers Restaurant Group for sponsoring this event. The barrels that you guys have got to see will be up on top, and it's gonna be nuts, right? So certainly a lot of work still to get done, and I hope all of you are excited to see this event in action at the Strongest Man on Earth. It's gonna be insane. So pumped about that. So if you want any more information at all about the Shaw Classic, Strongest Man on Earth, any of it, click the link below the video, and I can't tell you how much I appreciate all your support. Hope you guys are doing amazing. For now, go out and be great, and we'll check you guys later.